top keck.
Oh
I'm
dear.
recording and I want you to know that.
No, no.
I
You
want you
better
to know
not
that's the
be.
first thing everybody's gonna hear.
Yes.
No.
Nice.
Just like your brother.
That's a really funny joke, Pat. But I think you should start recording so I can do the intro.
Yeah, it's really funny, Rod. You know I always record before we start the stream just in case we do anything funny. And that was really funny.
No, it wasn't.
Why don't you
That's
start
why
off with the
I'm
story about how your brother says keck?
I would like to hear this story.
He's only 10 years old. He doesn't know any better.
There's no excuse, man.
He plays CS:GO. And he was messaging me one time, and I said something, and he said keck. I think I said, don't say that.
It's a bad word. Don't say it. Don't say it in front of your mother or she'll
Please
slap
don't
you.
curse in front of your family.
Don't think it, don't say it.
Your mother will wash your mouth with soap if you say it.
Alright, so I assume that Pat actually was recording that. So, welcome to Podcast Boys. I'm Pat. He's Rod. No.
I'm Rod, he's Pat, and this other guy has a nice accent.
Yeah, that's Froggle. That's
Yeah,
Peggle.
I'm Frog Guy / Calvater on Tumblr. If you've been on the Discord, then you've seen me maybe once, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's about as much as I've gone in there. So, Pat, how about that script you're talking about? What do you got for us topics-wise?
I think it's
Because
really
I forgot. I
I think
forgot
it's
every
really
single
funny
one.
that even the mod that we assigned to look after the Discord because we
So
didn't
we don't
want
have to,
doesn't
and
go
then
on
he
it.
doesn't want to?
Yeah.
Well, I never explicitly stated I don't want to. It's just
Well, okay.
heavily implied.
Yeah.
It's heavily implied by all of us that when we neglect the server, we really don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We hate
Yeah.
it.
We hate
fine.
you.
I'm in the
Oh.
process of passing it on to Cool Dude. It's all good.
Oh, I've got complaints about him.
I get
Okay.
complaints every single day about Cool Dude.
I do. Okay, well, listen. Let's edit that part out.
Keep that part in, because I want to talk
doesn't-
about how Cool Dude rules with an iron fist and how they're going to have to get used to it.
Where'd my? Hold on. Huh. All right, that's where that went. Sorry, I was just looking for my sense of self-worth. Anyway, what do you have? What do you have on the agenda, Pat?
Okay, so first is the one about my dad. Then it's the one about my brother. Then it's the one about the time my brother called the police. Then it's back to my dad.
I thought there was something about boiling milk in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
About
first
a bed of
question.
silk.
Yeah,
Would you
okay.
rather drink boiling milk or weave a bed of silk?
Pat thinks he's really clever because that rhymes.
Yeah.
I would rather weave a bed of.
Poetry.
I'd rather weave a bed of silk because I'm not sure whether drinking milk boiling temperature would kill me or not. Also,
It
I'm
probably wouldn't
lact.
kill you, but like you'd be left with a severely scalded throat. I feel.
Yeah, and also I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't drink any kind of milk. Well, no, that's not true. I drink lactose-free milk.
Fun fact
But yeah,
about Rock coming
I'd rather
out of that
weave a bed
question.
of silk because that sounds incredibly comfortable.
I would drink the boiling milk because it would be over quickly, and I
Well, you
could
don't
say
know
I
that.
drank boiling milk.
Huh.
I'd have a good
No, you-
story to tell.
no, you can't say that because your fucking esophagus has had a hole burned in it.
You
And
know,
also,
Well,
also,
Yeah.
how much boiling milk is it, Pat?
I don't
Is it a
know,
cup
like,
or-
okay, so for frame of reference, you know, like a cup you'd put tea in, probably that much. I think I'd take the boiling milk, because there's one time I boiled water, and we were all out of tea bags, so I got really mad and I just drank all of the boiling water right in front of my mom and my brother, and they got really scared.
Wait a sec. So you're like, hey mom, where's the tea bags? And you had the kettle in one hand and like a teacup in the other. And then she's like, oh Patrick, you don't have tea bags. And you just scowled at her and you drank all of the boiling water out of the kettle in one chug. Is how I'm picturing it.
No, not out of the kettle. I was really, I have manners, of course, so I poured it into the cup and then I drank it all. Also, my brother was sitting at the kitchen table eating an entire head of iceberg lettuce that day because he was trying to slim down.
the head of the lettuce club.
Sorry, I didn't get the reason. Why was he eating a whole head of iceberg lettuce?
He was trying to lose weight or something, or be healthier. Cause I don't know. He kind of just does his own thing,
Just eat a whole.
and he's on a diet, so I guess that was the reason.
I'm on the diet. I'll just eat a whole head of iceberg lettuce.
And my mom and him were fighting because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat the stem," and my mom's like, "No, you won't, cause it's bad for you."
That's
eat-
the bit that
Don't
she
eat the
argued.
stem.
Just
Want to eat the stem. This is Pat's fucking home life. I want to know what's in the water in New Jersey because there's him sitting in one corner just chugging a cup of boiling water. And
No, I
then-
was standing.
Well, standing in one corner, chugging a cup of boiling water. His brother's sitting at the dinner table eating a head of lettuce, and his mom's like, "Don't eat the stem of the head of lettuce that you're eating."
No, he didn't eat it. Don't worry, he's safe.
Yeah, he's eating an entire head of lettuce, and his mom's like, "Well, just don't eat like the stem."
It's weird because normally she only buys like one head of iceberg lettuce, but when I opened the fridge that day, there were two, and I was like, "Huh, what are we making a big dinner?" And then my brother just comes in and he grabs one of the heads and he's like, "Thanks, Mom,"
Now I can chow down.
and he did. He ate the whole thing right there.
The
The
lettuce
whole,
diet.
the whole thing. He ate the whole thing.
Do you think?
No,
Well,
hold
in
on.
one go.
I thought he gave up halfway through or something.
No, he ate the whole thing right there.
What an absolute fucking soldier. Oh my god.
Absolute legend. Absolute madman.
I mean, I even
Tom-
told you my
Well,
mom
man,
had
we
to
told
stop him from
Christopher-
eating the stem. He was going to go all the way.
Christopher ate an entire. We told Christopher to eat an entire head of lettuce, and he did it. Haha, the absolute madman.
He was gonna kill himself over a head of lettuce by eating the stem whole.
If you don't let me eat this head of lettuce, I'm gonna cut off my own head.
Whew.
Oh God. Okay. All right. What's next on the agenda? Now that we've got whatever that was out of the way,
It was really funny.
it was really funny. It was
was
really, really funny.
It was incredible.
So I wrote some stuff at like 3 a.m. last night. So I hope reading off it, there's not a lot of like spelling errors and just a bunch of spaces. Even though I can already see there's a bunch of spaces in the middle for no reason. So my dad has these really strange dreams, which I remembered because my mom said he was singing in his sleep last night, where his motor functions never fully turn off or something when he falls asleep. And my mom was describing to me where he was having a dream about basketball, and so he slammed down the basketball like he's trying to make a dunk, and he brings his hand down over my mom like he's got a basketball in his hand. He smashes it onto his face, her face, while she's asleep.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So your dad.
Sorry.
Your dad smashed your mom in the face while he was asleep.
Yeah,
Okay.
it gets better. But, okay, so
Oh, okay.
where did I leave off? Another one was where a stink bug landed on his giant bare foot, and in his dream, that translated to a giant turtle with wings landing on his foot, which in turn forced him to violently jerk upward and scream and wake up.
Oh my god. That's the kind of imagination I wish I had every day. I'm impressed.
That's fine. That's
Just-
good.
Just drink New Jersey water, apparently, according to Rod. But,
Yeah, whatever's in that.
another one he told me personally, because he was really proud of this one, was where he was riding one of those tandem two-people bikes up a hill with one of his old friends that he hasn't seen in years. And when he got to the top, he realized his friend wasn't pedaling the whole grueling journey up, so he walked up to him and punched him down the unnaturally steep hill into a bottomless pit.
I love you, Dad.
I love his dreams. I want to have dreams like my dad. I mean, nut shots. Let me see those nut shots. It's pretty good, but
That is
You know,
pretty
you're
good.
well on your way, I think.
Yeah,
Keep going.
yeah. Oh, maybe it's genetic. Whether you're a fucking idiot.
he Yo, man.
I mean, a dreamer. That's what I meant.
I have the soundbite of you saying keck. I would watch yourself with what you're saying to me right now.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah?
Keck.
I have 2 soundbites of you saying keck on 2 separate occasions
What's
now.
next on the agenda? Because if it isn't me punching your face, then I think we need to make some amends to it.
Okay, where's the thing I wrote down where I talk about donut holding Rot and punching him straight through the chest?
Wait, did you actually do that?
Yeah, remember the Vokaroo I sent you? I wrote it all down.
Oh yeah, that's right. I bet I could beat up Rot.
And then I put the whole thing through a Russian text generator, and I responded to some guy who called me a thought with it.
He called you a thought.
Yeah, he
Like,
did.
I bet you could beat up Rot.
Wrote a thought.
Rot the thought. What's next on the agenda? You were talking about how you almost killed your brother over in New Super Mario Brothers.
Next on the addendum, I wrote this really weird, but I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to tell it. So, I come home from school one day when I'm in the 1st grade. I'm a little guy. And my brother, I thought he did the nicest thing for me. It was in September, so I'd just gotten back to school, and I thought he got me a game to help me cope. And he shows me New Super Mario Brothers, and I'm like, wow, Chris, thanks. And he gives it to me, and I walk into the other room, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to play it first. So he rips it out of my hand. I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll let him play it. We can switch off when he dies. He plays the game from 3:30 to 8 o'clock at night. He can't get past the first level
God.
of New Super Mario Brothers.
And how old would he have been?
He... 4.
Okay.
So it makes sense. And he was enjoying himself the whole way. And whenever I tried to intervene or help him, he'd scream at me as loud as he possibly could, or he'd get my mom or something. So I go upstairs to do my homework. I do it. I creep back down the stairs. He's sitting on a couch, facing away from the stairs, adjacent to the stairs. I get up real close to his ear and I say, "Jump, jump man." He screams like a banshee and he starts running around the house. And my mother, this is the first time she ever made the threat. She said, if you don't shut up, the neighbors are going to call the police. And then we both started crying.
Nice.
It became a reoccurring threat too, because the next story is my brother really wanted to talk to my father. So he grabs the phone and he starts smashing down on the phone and he accidentally dials 911. And the police are forced to come to our house. And my mom is going crazy because the police are coming and she's got to explain away to an officer who's going to investigate the house to make sure nothing's wrong. Well, she did let her come in because she did let him come in because there was nothing wrong. But yeah, we were really afraid of the police after that.
Nice.
Jump, man.
That's all I said.
The war cry.
Why'd you say that?
I don't know. I remember saying it because of the way he screamed. I don't remember why I said it though.
Be honest, with context, would that be any better?
It wouldn't be good in any context.
No.
He was in 1st grade.
No, I was in 1st grade. He was like in
No,
preschool.
that's what I meant. You couldn't come up with anything better because you were in 1st grade.
Yeah, I can come up with better stuff now though, right?
Yeah, can you?
Well, here's one. Would you rather drink boiling milk or have to weave a bed of silk?
So the answer's obviously no. What's next?
That's about it.
That's it. All right, good podcast, everybody. See you next time.
Alright.
Listen, Rod, we're 30 minutes in. It's pretty good. It's better than last time.
All right.
You
Yeah,
two gotta carry
I
the
mean,
weight now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What's doing with you, Frogman?
Frogman. Shit. I'm back to uni, which is. I swear you're back at uni as well, Raw.
Funny
Yeah.
school stories? Tell 'em, boys.
Uh, yeah, they're all. None of them are funny. They're just excruciating.
I want to hear Rod suffer. Tell me.
Well, I don't know. I have one pretty good professor, and she was telling me about how when she lived back in Newfoundland, back when
Newfoundland?
she was a kid, Newfoundland. Yeah, you gotta fucking say it like that for you. Okay. So when she lived back in Newfoundland, there was like, you know, in hide and seek where like if you get to a certain point, like home or whatever, you're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when she was a kid, she called it Gulos.
Gulos.
Yeah, Gulos, and like, and she said that to like a group of students who were in like the next generation after her, and none of them knew what it fucking meant. So she's like apparently like among the only group of people to ever call home and hide and seek Gulos.
Well, are you talking about like
What?
Manhunt, where you go hide and then they try and find you and tag you? Like that kind of hide and seek?
No, just like hide and seek, where if you get to a certain whatever, I guess.
Wait, are we talking about the same kind of hide and seek? Because my kind of hide and seek is you hide and then...
Sure, whatever. We're talking about the same kind of hide and seek. The funny part's that she said Gulos.
I'm trying to start a conversation here. That's the point of the podcast.
Well, I'm trying to end a conversation because this conversation sucks and I don't care about hide and seek.
But that reminds me of the time I was playing hide and seek.
Oh, for the love of...
And I hid under the table, but I managed to hold myself up in the air by putting my hands on the chair in front of me and my feet on the chair behind me. And I was there for 30 minutes until my arms and legs gave out, and I hit the ground with a thud, and I thought I broke my ribs.
What the fuck kind of ab muscles did childhood Pat have?
I was
Jesus
pretty
Christ.
strong. I was
Yeah,
also
I
a
bet-
fatty.
I bet you could beat up Rod even back then.
I bet I could. It was like 30 minutes. And when my brother did find me, like, lying on the floor crying, he was like, "You moved spots, didn't you? Because I already checked under the table." He didn't even care that I was upset.
Then you were upset because you thought you broke your ribs?
Yeah, I was pretty upset, I'd say.
Did it really hurt?
Yeah. I was crying for, like, a long time after, and I forced my mom to give me ice cream so I would shut up. Anybody
stuff.
else want to say anything?
I've got a school story, kinda.
Cool. Rad.
It's more of a character profile of this weird ass professor who everyone else seems to like, but to me he's just really, really fucking weird. A normal, sort of slightly creepy old guy. And then as we sort of get further in, he lectures thermodynamics, and he'll just sort of stop in the middle of the lecture and kind of give the theatre a bit of a weird look, and then he comes out with the phrase, "Algebra is so sexy, isn't it?" Which is out of nowhere and slightly distressing. And
What?
progressively, it just sort of gets weirder. There was one particular lecture actually where I don't know if his wife had just left him, or if someone had died, but like he kept making suicide jokes, and so he'd sort of like walk over to a chair and just be like, "I wonder if this is tall enough." Like he ties a noose. I don't even know. I was just sort of sitting there in horror throughout the entire thing, wondering if I was about to witness a man kill himself over thermodynamics.
Jesus. Wow.
The number 9 really looks like a noose on a post, doesn't it?
Thermodynamics, huh? More like I wish I could die. Dynamics.
The worst part is, like, all of the students on my course like this professor.
Yeah.
Like, everyone loves him, and I'm just like, are we in the same lectures? Were you there when he nearly killed himself over the fucking Stirling engine? Oh god, it's weird. There's no one quite making me lectures us.
I had oh god, I had a shitty ass teacher in high school, and I can't remember what his fucking name was, but like, he was such like a old man. He was one of those fit old men too, but like you could tell it was starting to wear on him, and he was like kind of wrinkling about the face. Maybe he was like late 50s. Um, and like I he did this thing that I called like to my friends the chameleon stare, where he would, when he wasn't like giving lectures or like talking or something, he would lean up against the podium and stare into space until like he heard a noise. He'd just do that, and he was very insensitive as well, and he made very insensitive remarks often. Like there's one guy walked into class after like obviously getting a new haircut, and he and like the fucking guy looks at him and he goes, "What'd you do? Lose a bet?" He just keeps walking.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, and there was a guy from Kuwait in our class, and he was talking about how his brother stayed there after the war. Yeah, and then he said, your country got decimated. It's,
His country
Oh,
wasn't even a country until we invaded Iraq.
yeah, and the oh god, it would have been, yeah, probably back in 2014 I had him. So no, what if, I don't know. He was talking about like a Japanese tsunami that had just hit, and like a lot of the outlying islands were kind of worse off for it. And there was a Japanese student in our class, and he made like he kept talking to her about it, and he's like, "Oh, was did anybody you know get affected?" And she said no, because she was from like mainland. And he was like, "Oh well, there was great destruction." And then he walked away, and I just looked at her and I said, "Great destruction." And she burst out laughing. And also he has a fucking hearing impediment, so he couldn't say tsunami properly. He kept saying it tsunami. So there's that too. And like he was such a fitness nut. He'd come to class and he'd eat all this gross like rabbit shit, fucking awful salads with like raisins and fucking blueberries or whatever. And and he'd had like these weird smelling teas or coffees, and he like just smelled like dirt, and he drank it.
He
And
drank the dirt.
and like my friend and I would always joke about him, and he'd always feel bad after we made that joke, and I wouldn't, and we'd say he was just really really scared of dying, so he was trying to be really fit.
He
So
fears death.
yeah.
That what did that remind me of? Okay, first, wasn't Iraq reabsorbed into? I mean, no wait, wasn't Kuwait reabsorbed into Iraq soon after?
I have no idea.
Okay, never mind then.
No, it's still a country.
Ooh, ooh. All right, good. Then, second off, what was I gonna say? Something about his hearing impediment. I have one of those too. So I'd do that a lot, where instead of saying like magician, I'd say magician for a long time.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, magician.
Okay.
It was really bad. I have to wear hearing aids now. But
Mom, I need my pills. Where's my medicine?
the every morning I wake up and she asks me if I want a red pill or a blue pill, because the blue pill is the ibuprofen and the red pill is my nose medicine.
I thought you were going to say the red pill is cyanide. Which pill do you take?
One helps you wake up and the other makes you go back to sleep. So what would it be
So
like?
which one do you take?
NyQuil. Also, there was the time I fought with her for like an hour when I was a little kid, and I wanted her to make a copy of something with a copy machine. I wanted to copy Pokemon cards, because the cool thing at the time was to put your Pokemon cards in a copier and then bring them to school and then try and trick people into thinking they were real ones, but it never worked. Except for there's one
Is there-
kid who laminated them. That's another story.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
He's getting serious.
Yeah,
Next
he really
level.
was. And I kept telling her to make me a coffee, and she kept telling me no, because I didn't think coffee and coffee were different things. I need you to coffee this, Mom. You think she would have caught on to it when I pointed to the coffee machine? She's like, no, I won't make you a coffee. It went on for hours.
Mom, I need you to photo coffee. What? I don't want to waste camera film on a picture of a coffee.
I don't want to waste printer ink on a coffee.
I don't want to waste breath on that shitty joke.
You know what, bro? Just kill that right now.
Kill what?
'Cause you're always coming up with these bullshit jokes that never materialize, and you're always pinning it on me.
Damn it. I had something for this.
Well,
Yeah, it's gone.
I'm quoting Gabe Point, so, you know.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know. You would, because you're gay!
Is this the Exposure podcast?
This is the Pat Comes Out podcast.
Alright, everybody. It's time for me to come out. I'm straight. I just really, really like Steve Rambo and Billy Harrington.
We're really proud of you, Pat. That must have taken the last string.
Well, get that fucking cock out of your pants and I'll show what a hot mouth is supposed to feel like.
I never would have guessed myself, but you know.
Nobody does. They all call me gay.
Man, it's really difficult coming out to your family as a member of the alt-right.
My
Oh,
little
God.
sister asked me for help with her math homework because the problems were giving her trouble. I told her a problem giving me trouble was white genocide.
I thought you were going to say women don't have problems.
There were many directions that could have gone. It's like a reincarnation of the whole mum, dad, I'm coming out as a brony thing from about like 5 years ago. I
Yeah, can
guarantee
we,
it's
like,
the same people.
Yeah, can we it's everybody's doing it. Everybody thinks it's really cool to come out and tell people stuff they don't know or care about. Like, it's like, how are you going to come out to your family as DDLG?
How am I gonna tell my parents I'm an atheist?
I don't know why you need to come out as either of those things. They could probably
Really
just wait until they notice the smell. I mean,
The scent of atheism?
Please tell me you guys seen the green text where the dude has thrown a vor party for like his family.
God,
come
yeah,
out
that's
being-
fucking.
yeah.
I love that thing. I love it so much. Like his mom's like crying, and his uncle's like insulting him.
Yeah, everybody's just really unnerved, and you can tell by the way he's writing it, but he doesn't want to admit it. It's great.
Trying to sell it as some great idea. Like, no, everyone else on this board should have coming out parties for being into vor as well. Then I won't be such a fucking loser.
Yeah, can we just keep Vor on a don't ask, don't tell policy?
Yeah.
It's like they're like repealing don't ask, don't tell in the army, and they're like, okay, fine, but we're not going back on Vor. It's like good.
They have a small list of what Don't Ask, Don't Tell still applies to.
There's Vor and also DDLG, and also nobody cares if you're a vegan. I need to come out of my family as vegan. Well, I guess. I don't know about come out, but you probably should tell them so that they don't give you meat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you don't come out as vegan and they just serve you this gigantic steak, you can't sort of sit there and be like, oh no, it's fine, I can pretend my way through this.
Yeah.
Steak?
Drop bits of it down your shirt or on the floor or whatever. Find the local.
That had turned into like another, I want to see that now, another like drop spaghetti thing, only they put all the meatloaf in their pocket, and then it just drops out while they're leaving the dinner table.
An old man just falls on his way out of the dinner table, and his pockets are full of liver and onions. And also, he breaks his hip.
And he can't get up, and he's trying to crawl out while putting all the meat back into his pockets. Come back. Daddy needs you.
He does this on Christmas Day.
Oh God, man. I don't even have a follow-up to this discussion. I know everybody's waiting for one, but there isn't one. I've been watching Archer. It's good.
Raw makes fun of me in the DMs.
I make fun of you in the DMs.
Yeah. Just putting that out there.
I make fun of you literally every time we talk.
Yeah, you do.
It's a sad and abusive relationship.
Yeah, you better believe it. I have to keep him in line, or else it gets too strong and he'll overpower me.
He fears me.
Oh, God. Man, fucking... What's with the people who are getting mad about Sherlock?
People are mad about Sherlock again?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like... There are people talking about, like, a secret episode.
Wait, are we talking about how, like, the thing ended and the two main characters didn't, like, become gay for each other? Or are we talking about something else?
Maybe. I don't know. We just got, like... one of our posts is somebody theorized theory crafting a fucking like hold on. Yeah. A fucking theory about there being a secret episode of Sherlock or something.
Huh. That's strange.
The BBC wouldn't air an episode of Sherlock and John Watson kissing because why?
Yeah. Oh God. But fucking it's really like if you go to the fucking Shame Shack blog right now and like scroll down to the second post, the one that starts allowing me to add my 2 cents. It fucking there's some shit there like it's the Milkman conspiracy.
Wait,
God.
Milkman conspiracy? What's that?
It's from Psychonauts.
I don't know what that is.
It's a gamer reference.
I'm not a gamer.
What?
I've never played a video game in my whole life.
Yeah, you did. You're a gaming gamer.
Hey, Rod. Want to play TF2? Hey, Rod. Want to put your pie on the barn?
Shut up, no. You better edit this out.
Hey, Rod. You want to let the repressed memories flow back into your mind?
No, I really don't.
We stayed up till 1 a.m. reciting the same lines over and over again.
Shut up.
Here's a story for you guys.
No, you don't. This isn't a story.
Yeah, you're right. It's an event.
It was an incident and an accident. Don't ever need to talk about it ever again.
Every single time we talk about it, you get angrier.
I do, because you won't leave it alone.
Because it was amazing.
No,
I never felt more alive than I had there.
I never felt closer to death than I did there.
You're scaring our guest.
I don't know. I'm semi-tempted to ask what happened, but I also don't want to be punched through the computer screen by Rort.
You don't. So you don't want to ask what happened.
I haven't asked yet, so
So
don't
you
punch me.
better not.
And Rock
Let's
can't
talk
punch.
about it. Let's talk about something else. What are you guys having for dinner today? Anything else? God, just anything. What's the weather like outside?
It's raining.
I can't tell because it's pitch black outside.
Oh yeah, it's cloudy outside for me. Hey guys,
Good conversation.
Me and
What's your
Rock have
favorite-
pleasant conversations.
What's your favorite subreddit? Mine is r diaper.
You
me?
won't talk about pie in a barn, but you'll say that.
I said that because I thought it would make people forget the pie in a barn. You know what? Fine. Why don't you tell the story about the pie in the fucking barn if you love it so much? Clearly you enjoy it more than my company.
He's given you permission. Quick, tell it before he goes back.
We were in a Skype group. Me and Rod were in a Skype group with Dingo. Rod posted an image that was a sign in front of some sort of bakery, and it was 2 pieces of bread with a pie in the middle, and it said, "Put your pie on a barm." And Dingo came in and he asked us, "Hey guys, you want to play TF2? I've got a funny joke that we could do." And then I said,
No, I asked you.
"Oh, you asked me. Okay." But Dingo got involved later. I don't know how you remember this better than me. Probably because it traumatized
it's traumatic.
you. Yeah. And then you asked me, "Hey, you guys want to play TF2? I've got something funny we can do." And then I turned to you and I said, "I've never played TF2 in my whole life."
You turned to me on the online Skype group.
Yes.
You turned to face me.
I looked north because I knew that's where you were.
Alright.
And then that went on. It repeated. We kept saying "pie in a barm" really loud, while also saying "I've never played TF2 in my life. I've got a funny joke we could do in TF2." This wasn't in a call. This was like over text. But eventually we started a call, and then we started saying all of this over and over again. It went on for like an hour, until we finally broke out of the trance, and we realized, oh, what the hell are we doing? And then it just ended, and we never spoke of it again.
That sounds almost satanic in its weirdness.
Yeah.
Well done, though.
Hence why I didn't want to talk about it, but I guess it's too late for that now.
It'll never cease to be funny.
Hey guys, what's the weirdest living animal you ever eaten?
A human.
Hey guys, what's the weirdest living animal you strangled to death with fucking dental floss?
I strangled dental floss with dental floss.
Good. I don't know who he is.
He makes some music.
Isn't Brental Floss the dude who does weird parodies on his channel of like Wii music shit? I don't know. That's all I know him for. I don't even know that's the same guy.
He made the funny music video, "Tetris is for the women."
Okay.
What a funny bloke.
So,
Speaking of funny music videos, remember what kind of funny music we were listening to last night, Pat?
I'm desperately trying to remember. Oh, Dong.
Dong.
Yeah.
No. No. We weren't listening to Dong, whatever that is.
The Dong.
We were listening.
Where he kept grunting and moaning loudly.
Yeah, that also, and also you did the other thing, you fucking idiot.
Oh, a Chris Ray gun.
I guess him too. We could probably talk about him.
The Scat Man.
No, not the Scat Man. That's not who I meant.
Oh, Hannibal Buress.
Who? Hannibal Buress. No, that's not who I meant. You know who I mean.
I don't know who you mean.
You know who I mean.
I don't know who you mean.
Your favorite Martian.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it's like I'm back in 2007.
That's why
Yeah.
I didn't know who you meant. I had repressed that. It was 10
Yeah,
years
so
ago.
you went back to 2007 before YouTube, or his channel was a thing.
Fucking around that. I only remember it being sort of around that time because basically,
Yeah.
I had a mate who lived on my road, and the only reason why I ever found out about Your Favorite Martian is because he walks up to my house one day like, "Oi, Dylan, I gotta show you something," and I'm fucking, how old am I? Like 10 or whatever, and
Now or back then?
now.
Alright.
No, but yeah. So I'm still naive and trusting. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you can show me this thing. That's totally fine. And it's Your Favorite Martian, and I was confused for 2 weeks. I kept watching it because I was like, what have you shown me?
You were like
watching.
you'd watch it and then you'd turn around and you'd write some numbers down on a whiteboard and then you'd turn back and look at it and then you'd nod and scratch your chin.
Yeah, I brought my sister up to watch it as well to try and make some sense. She didn't get it either.
What song? Which song was it? Do you remember?
I think it was Orphan Tears.
Oh yeah, that one's not very good, but there are a lot worse ones.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we could not get them to work on the Discord. Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Crypt of the Necrodancer in Discord.
Which same thing. Discord. I should have put that song on in the fucking Crypt of the Necrodancer.
I love the way
Oh,
he dances.
shit. Which guy? The fucking that one video.
Yeah, there's
Where
the
he's got
one
the
where
cane
he just had
the
Discord
fedora.
playing in the background, and he's standing in front of like a full body mirror, and he's just dancing Discord, and he falls over.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
You were missing out.
But yeah, we listened to Your Favorite Martian last night. We put on fucking Crypt of the Necrodancer, and I desperately tried to make it through the songs. And oh god, what the fucking thing that got me last night was the Gummy Bear song. Remember that?
Yeah.
Because the way I do it is that each zone has 3 levels, right? So I'd set it up so that we had 3 songs for each zone, one different one for each level. And the way the Crypt of the Necrodancer works is that you have to, it's like a dungeon crawler, but you have to move in time with the music. And what I did was, I had the Gummy Bear song and set to play, and then on the second level I had the Crazy Frog Axel F, and then on the third one I think I had Roundabout by Yes, and I kept dying a lot, like an unusually large amount on the first level, to the point where I was like, I felt like I was gonna have a fucking panic attack if I heard the Gummy Bear song one more time. And like I think the worst part about it was that it wasn't even the normal Gummy Bear song. It was the one that advertised the Gummy Bear song album coming out on November the 13th. With lots of music videos and extras.
It's just ingrained into your brain now, isn't it?
It is. I fucking hate it.
Also, there was a point where it sped up, and you were talking about Gummy Bear Nightcore. And
Yeah,
then you
Gummy Bear
found,
Nightcore.
like, the anime boy for it, and it was real.
Yeah, that almost made me throw up.
I screamed.
Let's... Funny scream. Rod does a funny scream live on stream. Rod eats a bed of milk and then has some silk.
Backwards, but alright.
Yeah. You're backwards.
You know what, Rod? If I wanted to watch a podcast about cynical losers, I'd watch Common Filth.
That guy is a cynical loser.
Is this the Common Filth podcast?
Hey guys, Common Filth Radio here. I'm really upset that black people are black and gay people are gay.
It's a rainy day outside too, so I'm extra glum.
I think it might be raining outside, but I think more primarily it's raining inside in a tiny storm cloud above my head. I bet the regressive leftists did this.
I think the tiny storm cloud inside is coming out because I'm crying.
There's a tiny storm cloud inside my house raining on top of my head, and also inside of my head raining on top of my brain.
Can you tell I'm upset yet? Alright, we're 57 minutes in.
Okay.
Probably gonna take out like 5 minutes though. I'm gonna take out like first 5 and just have you say Keck for the beginning.
So what, you're not gonna leave the intro in or anything?
No.
Are you gonna leave this in?
No.
Hey Patrick, put this in.
It's the same joke the third time. Yeah. This girl can queef 97 times in 30 seconds. Yeah.
Sounds like a ketchup bottle.
It was much funnier the second time.
Did you know it sounds like a ketchup bottle?
No.
Man, we probably sound like a loser to the frog guy.
I decline to comment.
Yeah,
So
because
that's a-
I already know.
so-
I can tell.
So that's a no.
What can I say? I can't insult my hosts in their own house. That'd be mean. I'd have to invent a podcast, have you on it, and then cuss you out for it to be
You're
polite.
building your own house right now.
Yes,
as we-
that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, go ahead, start your own podcast. Invite me on there and have me destroy you live in front of your studio audience.
Hell yeah, sounds like a plan.
I'll throw you into the crowd so you can go crowd surfing, but they'll all step aside and let you hit the floor. And then I'll jump on top of you and pile drive you.
The true fastest way to commit social suicide.
What,
I
crowd
thought
surfing?
that was the quickest way to commit actual suicide.
Also, a good point.
Do you want me to tell you a
What?
story about Daryl?
Who?
Okay.
Who's Daryl?
Okay, so Daryl's the quarterback at my school. And this takes place in middle school. And it doesn't matter if you two laugh, because I was telling this to like 5 guys who listened to the podcast last night, and they all laughed, so it should be good. But Daryl walks in the bathroom, tries all the stalls, none of them work. Tries all the urinals, none of them work. Walks up behind me, says, "You better hurry up there, because I'm using the only working urinal. Because I gotta go." And I'm taking my sweet time, and he's like, "I gotta go. This isn't gonna work." So he walks up to the corner of the bathroom, and he starts pissing in the heating radiator.
What?
Why? What the? That's gonna smell really not good.
Because he had to go. And then he looks at me and he says, "You're not going to tell anybody about this." And I said, "No, I'm not. Because he's 6'5" and he could kill me easily." And I was the only other person in there. And if I told on him, he'd know who it was.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, Daryl's cool.
He peed in the radiator.
I'm not so convinced of the Daryl School statement.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel
I think Daryl's a loser. I think he peed in the fucking the radiator.
Ooh.
Daryl can hold it in like a fucking man.
Daryl sounds like a big loser to me.
I mean, you're saying this, but Daryl's going to listen to the podcast, you know?
No, he fucking isn't. Nobody listens to this podcast.
Okay, 200 people every single time, and I listen to it like 5 times. You probably listen to it once, so that's -6.
I listen to it every time.
Did you make it through the last one?
Yeah.
I didn't.
What do you mean?
I got to the 16-minute mark when I did the funny joke, and I was like, all right, it's over.
Well, yeah. uh, uh. Hey Pat, got anything funny to say?
You always fall back to me, but you only make fun of me. Mom.
Alright, thank you. I knew you'd have something funny to say. I set you up. You fucking dickhead.
I'm gonna bring this one back to Frog Guy. Why would we even have him on here?
Well, because somebody said we should. It was an anonymous tip.
Get him out of here.
Literally, one
What?
anonymous person said, have me on the podcast," and that was about it.
Yeah,
I don't know
also,
why you see them.
yeah,
It was very
also,
brave.
yeah, also my girlfriend's at my mom's house, and also we were talking, hey, you should film this now. And then I realized, like, 5 minutes after, I was like, oh shit, we don't have a guest for this one. And then I asked you, and you said yes.
Oh.
It's good to know I was your first choice. You know,
You were
value
my
that much.
only choice.
Hey, when are we gonna get?
Only is first. I'll take it.
When are we gonna
I
get
would've-
Dicky T on here?
He doesn't. He wouldn't.
When are we gonna get Steven Universe official on here?
I don't even think he talks in his own Discord server. On voice, I mean.
I think he's a cryptid.
I think he is. I think you're right. He's probably a cryptid.
When are we gonna get Wire on here?
Never.
Why do you hate Wire so much?
I don't hate Wire.
No, I just kind of feel mean because I'm talking about other potential guests in front of our current guest.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, okay, who can we get on next time to defend this rap?
I want you to know, Frogman, that this was a coordinated joke, and I actually really like you.
This is a coordinated joke. We only made it because we love you, and we're so secure in that.
I'm sure.
Do you need
I
anything
100%
from me?
believe that.
Warm milk? A hug? Do you need to be tucked in?
To a soft bed of silk.
With boiling milk?
Do you need to be covered in boiling milk? Do you need to eat a whole bed of silk?
I'd like a meal of a plate of silk and then to go to sleep in a vat of boiling milk. Please.
That reminds me of
Be nice.
one of the funniest things I've ever seen on Archer, which is one joke that happens for like 2 seconds, and it's Archer saying that he's gonna make his old butler Woodhouse eat a bowl of spider webs, and then he makes him eat a bowl of spider webs.
Where does he get a bowl of spider webs?
He has it in case he needs to punish him.
He just does?
Yeah, and he says he's just sitting there and he's like, Woodhouse, I'm gonna check that bowl, and then you hear Woodhouse crying off screen, and then he starts laughing.
Did he eat the whole thing?
Probably.
Alright, that's good enough for me.
Yeah. Man.
Anybody else want to say anything?
No, I think we can end the pod. We should talk about a video game probably. In recent news. How about Scalebound getting canceled?
I saw that coming.
You saw that coming? You thought they were gonna fuck them over?
I predicted it because it was Microsoft.
Yeah. I like all the game journalists taking Microsoft's side too, because they're all a bunch of shills. Be mean to Japanese game developers, make it all look like titty anime games. Ugh. Let's look at GameSpot. What GameSpot news do we have? Capcom not bringing Resident Evil to Nintendo Switch. What? What are you saying? Resident Evil 7 won't be on a console designed for children?
Such scandal.
At least we can play the survival horror game ARMS.
At least we can play Zombie U.
At least we can... Shut the fuck up! Don't ever fucking say the words to me again. Zombie U lasted so long on the Wii U that it's now on Steam under the name Zombie. It's not even called Zombie U anymore, it's just called Zombie.
I heard it was really bad too.
Well, I didn't hear any good things about it.
I don't know, maybe just another mediocre run-of-the-mill zombie game.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Left 4 Dead came out in 2007.
well,
we need this.
Well, Rotten Pumpkin, who has 2.3 hours played, says, I love Zombie games. This is a fun and a little challenging.
Is the Corn Cob Gamer in there?
The Corn Cob Gamer? I don't remember this joke.
You don't remember the Corn Cob Gamer?
No, I don't.
Remember I
Is
was
that
talking about
with
you could buy all of Red vs. Blue for like $40 on Steam, even though you could watch it for free, and the only review on
And
any
the only
of them was
guy-
by the Corn Cob Gamer?
Yeah, what did he have to say?
This is a funny web series. Please watch it.
Please.
And then I said it was the only puppet account that they could use, that could afford all of the Red vs. Blue seasons.
Yeah. Then there's Mr. Bombers, who has 21.7 hours played, that says, this game's so very cool and so scared. Ferry, very cool.
I'm just looking at Dylan and I feel like I'm being silently judged.
That's not Dylan. The other Dylan's dead.
Oh. Is he even...
We call him.
Is he even here?
We call this one Frogmo.
Wait, shh. Is
What?
he even here?
Who, the Frogman?
Oh my god, he is.
Frogman is here.
No, I don't think he is.
I was slightly confused by confusing Dylan's.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
there's a multitude of Dylans by John Green.
Oh god.
Fault in Our Vegas.
Don't get me
by
started on John Green, please.
I fucking loved John Green when I was in high school because I was a gay ass fucking boy.
Tell this story.
I think when I was in... Oh, dear. Go on, you tell your story, Raw, and then I'll tell mine.
No, that's the story. The story is that I read a fucking John Green book, and I was like, this is really
That's
good.
it.
Yeah, I read The Fault in Our
There's no
Stars, and I'm
question.
like, wow, this is really touching. And then I was like, then I waited a year or two, and I'm like, this is trash garbage.
See, I had to be forced to read it because one of my best friends at the time sort of pushed it into my hands. Was like, "Read this, you'll love it." And I go home and I finish it that day, and I'm like, "This was tripe. Why did you give this to me?" I walk in the next day and I lie to her face and I say it was fantastic, and I have to keep it up for a year. But I don't know. I don't understand the obsession. It's
Isn't that the one
well,
about the girl who, like, dies? Don't they both
Yeah,
die?
she has awful cancer, and then her other guys who's in her awful cancer support group falls in love with her, but then he dies of awful cancer.
Oh, so it's like one of those games where, like, they're competing as to who can die first?
Yeah, they're smoking
Yep.
and also eating a bunch of plastic as fast as they can.
it's that Mega 64 sketch IRL,
Yeah,
except in
yeah.
a book.
Yeah. Just blending cigarettes and drinking them.
I think John Green is a hack.
I think John Green has hacked my bank account and stolen all of my fucking money.
Because you spent it all on his books, didn't you?
No, I didn't buy any of his books. I found them in the library.
No, please. They're not sitting on my shelf right now. Rod says as
They aren't.
Rod says as he looks over to his collection of John Green books on a shelf.
He's stroking the cover of The Fault in Our Stars as we speak.
He's groping it.
Oh my god.
So is the cover laminated, Rod?
No, I don't own any John Green books. There are fucking people who are actually mad because Donald Trump accidentally Bane posted.
I thought that was really funny.
You say accidentally. I'm pretty sure it was intentional.
I think
I want to
Okay.
believe it was intentional.
he's signaling to the
Apparently, his speechwriter might have purposefully done it.
he's signaling to
Jesus.
the people that he knew voted for him.
Yeah.
It's a nod to his real audience.
No, his real
Uh.
audience.
Oh god.
There's the physical audience, and then there's the audience he knows exists in someone's basement.
It's why his inauguration crowd was so small, because all his actual fans were sort of watching it live from basements across the country.
I thought you were gonna say all of his actual fans had to die in a plane crash.
With no survivors.
They'll expect to find at least 90,000 of us at the wreckage, brother. There's just like a fucking like 7 jumbo jets crashed all together.
In-
They're all full of fucking.
All of them crash into each other in the middle of the country, and they all just land on the Great Plains.
Oh god. They all land on top of each other.
There was no survivors.
Man. Oh, what the fuck are we even talking about?
It's funny because the whole reason you started this stupid podcast was because you thought that these wacky, zany, random conversations.
Shut up!
And now you're lamenting over it.
Pat, let's play a new game. It's called Shut the Fuck Up Before I Break Your Neck.
Yeah, let's play a new game.
Yeah.
I don't have any games.
Let's play the quiet game.
Let's play the quiet game on this video podcast.
Let's not talk for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, let's hit the 1 hour 20-minute mark just by not saying anything.
We're going for 1 hour 20 minutes now.
Hold on, we're 1:14.
What's your favorite Flash game?
Waluigi Quest.
What the fuck is Waluigi Quest?
And that's why
Please
we're
explain
not...
Waluigi Quest.
It's
Huh?
a Flash game where it's like a 2D, Mario game, only you play as Waluigi, and it's like 3 levels.
Oh.
And then at the end the guy says, laugh out loud, didn't finish this one, it was too hard.
What? No, wait, really?
Yeah.
That's your favorite Flash game?
Yeah.
Technical skill that goes into making Waluigi Quest was just too much for him.
Yeah.
Too taxing on his mind to be that creative, you know?
Oh, God.
Can I apologize, Rod?
What?
I'm sorry. I've been being
No, you're not.
mean.
You're not sorry.
No, for real.
Being mean for why? What do you mean by talking about Waluigi Quest?
No. We keep fighting like an angry married couple. I don't want to fight with you anymore, Jude. Or Jane, or whatever your
I don't
name's
wanna-
supposed to be from that movie.
I don't want to fight with who? What movie?
It was a movie about a married couple and they fought.
I thought you were gonna say A Fault in Our Stars.
I've never read that book in my whole life, and I don't intend on doing it.
Oh, well, that's probably a good thing.
Read any good books lately, gents?
Depends what you mean by good. Because they've been good for my fucking uni course, but apart from that, they've been shite. I tried to explain one of them to my friend who does like English or whatever, and she was just looking at me like I was some kind of complete retard, because I was explaining to her about the history behind the fucking stealth bomber that goes at Mark III or whatever. I sounded like the most autistic person in the pub that night. It was great.
Well, I mean, what, just then, or?
No, all the time, of course.
Oh,
You know.
okay.
Yeah, you get it from us.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, I've been, no, I haven't been reading anything. I didn't finish reading my book I was required to for class. I'll probably read the other one once I get it, once I buy it. Don't judge. Anyway, yeah.
I'm tired.
Why do we do this podcast? It started out good, right? And now you brought a list of stuff to talk about. We got through it in the first 20 minutes.
Well, you know what they say, start off strong. Start off strong.
Start
It's
off
fine.
strong, finish weak. Middle part
If
also.
they listen for the first like 20 minutes, then they're gonna listen for the other hour of pointlessness. That's all you
yeah,
need.
probably. How about I just make puke noises for like the last, I don't know, 10 minutes?
You know, I got one good story, but you know what? What's the point of telling it if nobody's gonna make it this far?
How about you fucking tell the story, because otherwise we're all going to die.
Who's going to kill us?
Me.
What if I just press F9 and stop recording right now?
What if you don't do that or else?
And this is right after you say, why did we even do this podcast? You flip-flop,
Shut-
Rot.
Why do we even do anything? Why do I even talk to you?
Rod, okay, please don't go from an existential crisis to wanting to defriend me on Skype. That's not good. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna have anything to
You're
do for the rest of my days, Rod.
You're gonna get unfriended.
Rod, I'm going to disintegrate and fade and blow away with the wind like dust. My ashes will be scattered across the planet Rothgar.
Rothgar. Yeah, that's me. You're gonna die, Patrick. Unless you tell that fucking story right now.
Well, I was kind of holding back on it because last podcast you told me not to talk about better podcasts, but I was on Soul Brother Radio once.
What the fuck is Soul Brother Radio?
So you know Soul Brother?
No.
No.
He's the one who made the funny SpongeBob Wii U video.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I was on Soul Brother's podcast. Now Soul Brother,
Wait, what? You were on it or you were listening?
I was
to it?
on it.
And you didn't tell me?
Man, this was years ago.
What? But yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, okay. And it wasn't years ago. It was about it was sometime last year. I think it was in March. But
You still knew me then.
what?
You still knew me
Yeah, I
then.
still knew you, but I didn't say I was on Soul Brother because it was really embarrassing. Now let me tell the story. Okay.
Wait, how was it?
Okay, so I get on Soul Brother Radio and I'm like, and Wire tells me, tell him about Rude. That's a really funny story. So I start explaining to him what Rude is. And I get to the part where, and he's enjoying it, and I get to the part where I talk about how Rude went to the Canadian courts and tried to sue us for defamation for the videos we were making. And I hear something creaking outside my door. I think, oh, somebody's probably just going to the bathroom or something. My mom puts her ear up to my door, and she's listening into what I say. And I start talking about how Rude wanted to sue us. And my mom interprets this as, oh my god, my son is going to get sued. I'm going to have to stop him right now before he does anything to get himself deeper into this. So she busts down my door, and she's smashing on it, knocking on it real hard. Patrick, open up this door! And Soul Brother hears it, and he starts laughing hysterically. And they're all laughing at me. There's 3 other guys in there laughing at me. And I'm like, see your Soul Brother? And I turn off Skype and I open the door and I'm like, Mom, you gotta understand, it's not like that. She drags me downstairs by my ear. She sits me down on the couch. She calls my father into the room. All right, Patrick,
Oh my
how did this happen? Are you getting sued? I look at her. I'm dead on the inside. I look at her dead in the eyes and I say, I've got to step up my game.
You say I've got to step up my game? What?
I look longingly at the door leading to the back. I'm thinking about it. Am I gonna make a run for it? Am I gonna rush out the back and just run away forever and never look back? Which is something I actually contemplate.
That's not stepping up your game. That's running away.
What? You know I'm gonna do great things. And anywhere but here, I can do great things. That's stepping up my game to me. And I look at her and I explain to her, Mom, it was a joke. Rude Kaiser. Now this is funny. Rude Kaiser went to the Canadian courts and he showed this guy, or he showed, I don't know, he went to some kangaroo court and he showed the judge or something the funny videos we made of Rude, like Rude is Suicide, where it's just a picture of him and it's just got funny glitch effects with lots of distorted noises in the background. Or the one where he crashes into the Twin Towers or something, and the judge is like, "Oh wow, this is not something you could sue somebody over. Get out of my court."
Oh wow, you shouldn't be here.
Leave, please. You're holding up my court.
Our fucking tax dollars brought you here.
And now I'm going to bring you out.
Of this world, and then he beats him to death with the gavel.
God, I wish.
And then the judge gets away with murder.
Yeah, but that's the story, basically. And then I remember I walked out of that room so distraught. I hadn't eaten dinner or anything. I was like, oh, I'm just going to skip dinner because my mom didn't make anything that night. She was like, eat cereal.
Huh?
And I didn't eat the cereal. So, I thought it would be cool to go on Soul Brother Radio, but it wasn't cool.
Why does everything you fucking do end in disaster?
I'm a ticking time bomb, Rod. That's what this podcast is, Rod.
Maybe you should start shouting about how much you hate your mom.
Oh yeah, when she's downstairs right now, and she told me, "Hey, your voice carries. I can hear everything you say." To my face.
Yeah.
Which is... When she said that to me, I think my heart sank into, like, my right boot or something.
Your right boot?
I was wearing boots at the time, Rod. It was snowing.
Inside your house.
Rod, I was about to go shovel the driveway.
Okay.
I specifically remember this because I could feel the warmness leaving from my body, even though I was wearing all that snow gear.
Like after a really bad fart.
This girl can queef 97 times in 30 seconds.
Listen, that's relatable. Okay.
Rod, neither of us have vaginas.
No, I mean like when you fart and you lose all of the heat in your body.
That's never happened to me before. I don't store all my heat in methane.
Yeah. No, I
You'll-
don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Rot.
No, like you fart and it's like, no, that was awful, and then your whole entire body goes cold.
Well, you fart. You fart out all your heat in one compressed blast, and you're like, ooh, brr, I better put on my winter coat.
Well, it's more of like I get like awful like goosebumps or something like that. It's like, and it's like, whoa, that was not good, and also I feel a lot colder now.
What, you're in like a big echoey uni room, and you fart, and everybody hears it, and they all make fun of you, and then they hear
No,
your teeth
no.
chatter.
No, that doesn't happen. Although when I like have my coat up against the back of my chair, when I adjust myself, sometimes the air between the coat and the chair gets pushed out and it sounds like a fart, and it isn't a fart. And I know for a fact people around me think that I'm farting.
That sounds horrible because the same thing happens to me, only I actually am farting.
So that's not the same thing then. You just fart and then like people hear it.
I want to be relatable, Rod.
You can't relate to the exact opposite of what's happening to you.
Yin and yang, Rod. Yin and yang. Didn't Confucius
Yin
teach you
and
anything?
yang.
Or do you think Confucius is just another John Green?
Wise man once said, "Pat's a fucking asshole." I'm sorry, that was rude. I didn't mean
Every
it.
time you call me an asshole, I recoil. I reel.
And
I'm
disgust.
taken aback. And I think to myself, I've been found out.
You've been found out for what?
I'm an asshole. I'm just an asshole.
What have you been doing?
I keep farting.
Reenact the whole thing.
God, I hate brown guy.
Did you press F9?
Yeah.
If frog guy say your funny line.
Fucking... Shit, what was I saying?
God, I
I'm
hate
not
this
interested-
guy.
God, we
listen to
invited
him.
you.
He's corpsing.
Shit.
Just tell your story right now. Podcast, go. Hi,
You
I'm,
said he
I
didn't
have
have a
zero
story.
I'm,
I
I'm,
have zero story.
I'm Crunko Justo, and this is Anti-SGW, Pro-Anti-SGW, Broad.
So we've been podcast boys. Blow your asshole out. Good night.
Dylan, tell your story.
I don't have any story.
That's
I've
the
been
fucking-
frog guy. Goodbye.
That's the end. You didn't have a.
I have a third soundbite of you saying that.
I already said it, so you already have 3.
Say it one more time.
Cock.